Hi, welcome to this week's Interruption. On July 21st, 1945, General George Patton, just a couple weeks before the end of World War II, said, "I've come to this morning to the inexcusable conclusion that we have fought on the wrong side. We should have fought with the fascists against the communists, not the other way around. I fear that perhaps in 50 years America will pay a dear price and become a land of corruption and degenerate morals." Just a few years later, on June 13th, 1951, General Douglas MacArthur, also a commander of Allied forces during World War II, said, "I am concerned for the security of our great nation, not so much because of any threat from without, but because of the insidious forces working from within." Just recently, I received this. Documents released by a House subcommittee show that the federal officials instructed financial institutions to flag patrons' purchases of religious texts, any of their books and things, as well as any purchases at gun or sporting goods stores as indicative of potential terrorist activity. Certain banks were also told to flag purchases at stores such as the Academy Sports, Cabela's, Dick's Sporting Goods. Stuff like this. Look at our government today. Leaders on the payroll of countries that are our enemies. The evil one used men since the beginning in all kinds of ways. He would whisper, "Do this or that. No one will get hurt, and you'll become rich and be powerful." Or like we talked about last week, let us have peace. Satan whispers that if you do it for love or do it in the guise of peace, those are godly traits, right? Peace in the Middle East. Just ignore God. Rely on our wisdom. We see how that's working out, don't we? The enemy within. The enemy doesn't normally come at us from the outside, but the greatest enemy is the one who comes from the inside. The best way for me to show you that statement is true is turning to Matthew chapter 10, verse 36. And he simply says, "A person's enemies will be those of his own household." It was prophesied that the Messiah, which is our Jesus, he would be betrayed by, quote, "my close friend in whom I trusted, who ate my bread. He lifted up his heel against me." You find that in the book of Psalm, chapter 41, verse 9. Though Jesus chose Judas Iscariot to be an apostle and even gave him a trusted position as treasurer of the apostles, Jesus did this knowing that Judas was going to betray him. The worst evil comes at us not from the outside, but from within our own house. This is just one more example of how our Bible is true. When the Old Testament and the New Testament complement and verify each other. But what is the point of all this? Well, very simply, don't be the enemy within your house. Don't let Satan use you to be the enemy. I tell you, a right relationship with Christ should let others see that you rejoice in hope. See your patience in tribulation. See that you are in constant prayer. Others should see you contribute to the need of the saints. They should see you try to live in harmony with everyone. Even though you can't always do that, people should see something different in the way you go about trying to make sure that you live in harmony with everyone. They should see you serving the Lord. In other words, the fruit of the Spirit, it will be seen in your daily life. The fruit of the Spirit, that's found in Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 and 23. The enemy may come from within, but let's do a self-check and make sure that it's not us. Give that some thought. See you next time.